If there's noise around you, let the silence settle. If there's someone near you, this moment isn't for them. It's for you, the chosen one. What's coming next isn't background content. It demands everything from you. You passed the test. You walked through the fire of betrayal. You endured the silence when you had every reason to explode. You remained standing where anyone else would have crumbled. The world saw you at your limit, and the enemy thought your exhaustion would be your end. They understood nothing. This morning, the heavens recalculated the route of your life, and I need to tell you exactly why the phase of surviving and fighting has just been concluded in the divine court. You didn't arrive here because of an algorithm. You arrived because you were marked to arrive. This is divine alignment, and what you survived wasn't to break you, it was to prepare you for this exact moment. They tried to erase your name from history, didn't they? They whispered, they plotted, they strategically omitted you from narratives where you should have been central. That knot in your stomach at 3 a.m. isn't just anxiety. It's the echo of those whispers. The feeling of wearing an invisible armor even when you're safe at home is the lingering burden of their attempts to silence you. The money that comes in but slips through your fingers, leaving no trace, is the byproduct of a constant state of defense, of trying to outmaneuver an unseen opponent. You felt like you constantly had to prove your worth, that your presence was constantly being questioned. That feeling of being a sentinel, always on guard, always surveying the boundaries of your peace, has left you profoundly weary. There is something I will place in your hands before this message concludes. Something Solomon recorded for the chosen one, who needs to navigate the subtle sabotage, the silent envy, and the paralyzing indecision of life, and it fits in your pocket. It's not a book to study. It's an instrument to sustain the weight you carry. I will return to this. For now, just hold on to that thought. You've felt that nagging question. Why them and not me? Or worse, why me and not them? That sense of constant erosion, like water carving away at a stone, has left you questioning your very identity. The exhaustion that isn't physical but spiritual, the weariness that sleep cannot touch, whispers that you are lost, forgotten, a name that was once bright, now dimmed by the machinations of others. They tried to remove your mark, to make you irrelevant, to ensure your voice was never heard in the halls of history. That internal battle, the struggle to justify your existence, to merely hold on to your place, has taken a tremendous toll. And concerning exactly that, about the whispers at 3 a.m. that try to erase your name, I have left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. Have you ever felt that this attempt to erase your name from history is not merely human, but spiritual? What if this pattern of feeling overlooked, of your contributions being minimized, is a sign that there is a battle against the purpose God has placed on your life? It was seeking answers to this very question that I found this digital guide called the Solomon Code. This guide is not just a read, it's a key to spiritual understanding, a tool crafted for those who wish to see beyond appearances, to stop treating feeling erased as a mere discomfort, and to grasp why such spiritual attacks rise with such force against those who bear a mark from God. Many chosen ones here on this channel have already felt the call of the code, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital guide. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment. If you are one of the first to download it, come back here and write Amen. This will be your act of faith. And today, God can show you the reason why this attack against your name rose against your life. There are 5 specific signs that reveal when your name is not just being forgotten, but actively targeted for erasure from history. The first sign is the forced silence. You find yourself in situations where, despite having invaluable insight, you choose to remain silent. It's not humility, it's a deep-seated fear of further reprisal, of having your words twisted or used against you. What appears to be prudence is, in fact, a consequence of past verbal assaults that taught you discretion through pain. The second sign is the invisible exhaustion. You're physically tired, yes, but the real exhaustion is spiritual. It's the tiredness that comes from constantly fighting battles others don't even see, from having to carry the weight of defending your inherent worth. What seems like burnout is actually your spirit's weariness from defending its very right to exist. The third sign is the recalcitrant recognition. Others praise you for trivial things, but never for the true depth of your contributions, the things you poured your soul into. There's a subtle refusal to acknowledge your profound impact, leaving you feeling seen but misunderstood. What appears to be harmless oversight is a deliberate, subconscious attempt to diminish your legacy, and concerning that feeling of your true contributions being overlooked at your next meeting, I have left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it is there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. The fourth sign is the sabotaged breakthrough. Just as you are about to achieve a significant goal or receive a well-deserved promotion, an unexpected obstacle appears, often connected to a past ghost or a false accusation. It's a pattern, not a coincidence, designed to keep you from rising to your rightful place. What seems like bad luck is a carefully orchestrated spiritual attack against your elevation. The fifth sign is the hollow victory. You achieve success, but it feels empty, unsupported, like a personal triumph that doesn't resonate with those around you. There's no shared joy, no true celebration of your name, leaving you with a sense of isolation even in your moments of achievement. What feels like personal detachment is the enemy's final attempt to sever your connection to true communal recognition. Now let me give you a concrete tool you can apply today, straight from the wisdom of Solomon. It's called the Protocol of the Unseen Scroll, found in Proverbs 22. 1. This protocol has 3 steps. First, record your truth. Before confronting anyone or seeking validation, take time to write down your history, your contributions, your pain, in detail. Not for public consumption, but for your eyes only. This act is about establishing your internal truth, anchoring your narrative in stone, not in the shifting sands of public opinion. Second, seal your scroll. Once your truth is recorded, visualize sealing it away in a sacred chamber within your heart. This isn't about forgetting, but about protecting your narrative from external contamination and constant re-evaluation. It's an act of spiritual sovereignty. Third, speak only the necessary. Solomon teaches that abundant words lead to sin. When your name is under attack, engage only when absolutely necessary, and speak with intentionality, not reaction. Let your silence be a testament to your sealed truth, speaking more powerfully than any defensive outburst. This is how you reclaim your narrative, not by fighting for visibility, but by asserting your internal reality. And if you are feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, even before I continue, place your thumb now on the link in the first pinned comment. Do not click yet. Just place your thumb there. Feel the weight of the decision before making the decision. This guide is not a method to do more. It's an instrument to sustain more. It does not train you. It covers you. And the next whisper designed to erase your name will arrive sooner than it seems. It comes with 2 seals for your home, not for your performance. The first seal is the ritual of the righteous sleep. It's an audio. You don't read, you lie down. And what you once called insomnia, today you will call an unsealed vigil. You will learn to seal the night with the right name, in the right order, in the right voice. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 short phrases, 1 for each morning of the week. So you no longer wake up without identity. So you cross the first hour of the day with the posture of one who was sent, and not with the posture of one who was run over. You have 7 days of unconditional guarantee to use and experience it. 7 full days. If in 7 days the instrument has not touched what needs to be touched within you, if clarity has not arrived, you send an email and receive your money back. No questions asked, no justification needed. And the 2 seals, the ritual and the decrees, remain with you even if you return it. They are yours, no conditions. But I need to be direct with you. The real risk is not spending less than 2 coffees. The real risk is the next attempt to erase your name from history arriving, and you are still empty-handed. That is the risk with a face, and it is about this face that I need to speak with you now. Perhaps you are asking yourself right now some questions that deserve an answer before we proceed. What if this is just my anxiety and not a spiritual attack? The patterns of erasure are too deliberate, too consistent for mere anxiety. I've tried so many other things, why would this be different? This is not another self-help book. It's a biblical system, designed for the chosen one who needs spiritual covering, not more effort. How can a digital guide solve a real spiritual problem? It's an instrument of wisdom, not just information, designed to recalibrate your spirit and empower your actions. And still, if you only want the guide, it is sufficient. But the complete house comes with all three pieces. A 38-year-old marketing professional, feeling consistently overlooked despite leading successful campaigns, used the Solomon Code. After 3 weeks of consistently performing the ritual of the righteous sleep, she said, "The whispers in my head turned into murmurs I could finally silence." A 51-year-old small business owner, whose name was being systematically excluded from key industry events, started applying the Solomon Code daily. Within a month, he began saying, "I'm not fighting for my name anymore, I'm simply embodying it." A 27-year-old recent graduate, feeling invisible in her career path despite stellar credentials, found her breakthrough through the morning decrees. She texted me, "My identity used to be a question, now it's an announcement." Perhaps in 3 hours you will be lying in bed again, with the echoes of their attempts to erase your name, remembering that you saw this video and still did not reach out. Perhaps at the next attempt to silence you, you will again choose cautious retreat. Perhaps at the next opportunity for your name to finally be spoken, it will pass you by, invisible once more. And the consequence keeps arriving with the same alarm clock, with the same coffee, with the same door opening in the next moment. The link is in the first pinned comment. Pinned for you, not for everyone. For you, the one who needs to face the next challenge with the instrument in hand. Click now. And when you open that link, you are not buying a book. You are accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your everyday life. And what you will understand next, when you hear the Hebrew word that is coming now, will change the way you read everything that has happened until this point. The Hebrew word that precisely defines what is happening to you is Shamar. Pronounce it softly with me, wherever you are. Shamar. Shama means to guard, to watch over, to keep safe. But it's more than just that. It's not just a dictionary translation. It describes a state, a posture, a calling. It speaks of the divine attention that guards what is precious, even when unseen. And when you hear this word, something within you quiets, because it recognizes a truth already unfolding within your spirit. You just didn't have a name for it. And concerning this word, it is written in Psalm 4 verse 8, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." This is not a promise for the future. It is a declaration of your present state. Consider the story of Joseph. His name was erased, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, imprisoned on false accusations. His identity was stripped, his future denied, his name virtually erased from his family's history. But Joseph carried an instrument, the gift of interpretation, of seeing divine patterns. This allowed him to operate not within the confines of his circumstances, but from a place of spiritual authority. He used this instrument in the day-to-day, interpreting dreams for fellow prisoners, then for Pharaoh, always operating from a deep sense of divine purpose, even in obscurity. The turning point wasn't when he was released, but when he applied his instrument to Pharaoh's dream, not only saving Egypt, but placing himself in a position of ultimate vindication. His name, once forgotten, became central to the salvation of nations. What Joseph had to improvise in the pit, in the prison, in the palace, you can do now with a guide in hand. The instrument Solomon recorded is the same one awaiting you in the first pinned comment. Let me pause for a full minute and put everything you've just heard into simple words, without poetry, without metaphor, just the facts. Fact 1. There is a spirit actively trying to erase your name. Fact 2. It does this by subtly undermining your contributions, creating invisible obstacles and fostering a sense of isolation, even in success. Fact 3. Joseph was a target of this exact attack, and yet he rose. Fact 4. Your hesitation, which you call prudence, is exactly what this spirit needs to convince you to give up at the next attempt to silence you. There are 3 types of calling currently being tested by the spirit of erasure. You are one of these 3 types. When I name yours, your spirit will leap with recognition. The first type is the hidden architect. You build, you create, often behind the scenes, and the adversary attacks by ensuring your blueprints are never fully seen, your foundational work attributed to others. The second type is the silent weaver. You connect people, mend broken ties, create networks of blessing, and the adversary attacks by sowing discord close to you, breaking the very threads you weave, subtly removing your influence. The third type is the forgotten sentinel. You stand guard, protecting truths, identifying threats, often alone, and the adversary attacks by making you feel isolated, by making your warnings seem insignificant, pushing you to abandon your post. And regarding your type, heaven had already sealed 3 names over you. The first name is Architect of Unseen Foundations. Your instrument from Solomon teaches you to reinforce your work against invisible undermining. The second name is Weaver of Inviolable Connections. The guide helps you discern where the attacks on your relationships originate and how to strengthen your bonds supernaturally. The third name is Sentinel of Unbreakable Truth. The Solomon Code shows you how to stand firm, trusting in divine insight when your perceptions are questioned. If one of these 3 names resonated most strongly with you, write the number down below in the comments. 1, 2, or 3. This is your first act of taking possession of your identity. Against these names, the adversary employs 3 specific tactics, each countered by a divine weapon. Against the architect, the tactic is attribution theft, countered by the decree of recognition. Against the weaver, the tactic is relational sabotage, countered by the shield of unity. Against the sentinel, the tactic is isolation by doubt, countered by the lantern of discernment. And these 3 weapons alone are a remembrance. With the instrument, they become a covering. To recognize the cycle without having the instrument Solomon left is to receive a diagnosis without the treatment. And furthermore, there are 4 portals beyond these 3 that I cannot open here, not for lack of time, but for density. Each requires its own page with the exact counter-weapon. And while I do not deliver these 4 here, the spirit of erasure knows them all. The guide delivers. But before I release you, there is one last point. The last obstacle isn't the enemy. It's a voice within you that sounds dangerously reasonable. It's the fear of appearing ungrateful. It's the fear that by accepting an instrument, you are telling God that what he has already done was not enough. This is false piety. It is pride dressed as humility. God does not give you strength for you to refuse the weapons he himself forged for your battle. To accept the instrument is not to doubt his strength. It is to honor the strategy of the general. Now, I want you to close your eyes wherever you are. Place your right hand over your chest and repeat softly with me, if you need to, but let it come from your mouth. Father, I surrender the weariness that has accumulated over these past months. I surrender the need to prove my worth. I surrender the bitterness of feeling forgotten. I surrender to your divine justice, knowing that my vindication comes from you alone. I release myself from the fear of appearing ungrateful. This is the subtlest chain. My urgency is my gratitude, and I receive now the 3 names that were sealed over me. Architect of Unseen Foundations, Weaver of Inviolable Connections, Sentinel of Unbreakable Truth. Not for me to boast, but for me to remember, for me to navigate what comes with them on my lips, in my posture, in my heart. And before the voice that comes now, I need you to hear one thing. The intensity of what you have experienced over the past months is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is proof that you are exactly where you always knew you should be. If this resonates with you now, right below, I receive the turning point. And now the Father's voice. Listen. Son, daughter, I saw you. I saw you enduring the silent attacks, the attempts to erase your name. I never lost sight of you. I never closed the seat at my table that bears your name. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. The chair is yours. The pride for your generous heart was never withheld from you. And there is a voice speaking within you now, a voice that says, This isn't for me, this is for someone with greater faith. I need you to hear this from me now. You have permission. You have permission to receive what you did not earn. You have permission to occupy the chair at the table without having to justify it. You have permission to let die the version of yourself that needed to suffer to feel worthy. Solomon did not prepare this instrument for those who are already ready. He prepared it for those who are weary, and the one who is weary is you right now. I now extend my hand towards your home and decree a covering of sealing over everything that belongs to you, over your table, so that it becomes a place of shared stories and acknowledged presence. I declare covering over your children and your spouse, if you have them, that their names may be honored and protected from subtle attacks. And I decree covering over your work, over your hands, that your true contributions may be seen and celebrated. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. Before I release you, I want you to walk with me into a room you haven't yet seen with your physical eyes. Don't force it. Just let the image come. There's a long, dark wooden table. The light comes from above, from a place you can't identify. There are people seated there. Some you loved and are gone. Others you haven't met yet. The faces feel like family, and there's an empty chair near the head of the table. Your shape is carved into it. The wood remembers you. Solomon is at the head, and he nods, as if to say, "We were waiting for you." You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. The chair has always been yours. Only you were missing. Don't say amen yet. Sit in that for a moment. Feel the weight of what has just happened. Now you can say amen. The Solomon Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment right below, with the ritual of the righteous sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than 2 coffees. Because a sentinel of unbreakable truth without covering will decay at the next attempt to silence them, and the adversary counts on the next attempt. It's not an expense, it's an instrument, and Solomon prepared it for you to navigate what comes with a firm hand, not an empty one, with a 7-day guarantee. The risk is ours, the hand is yours. Click now while the decree is still alive in your heart. Not tomorrow, not after your shower. Because those who put it off forever, and the adversary already knows this. In the next 3 hours it will speak within you, not with a loud voice. In sequence, 5 short phrases. You don't need this. Your faith should be enough. This money is needed for something else. It's a luxury. It's too late. You've already lost too much ground. This isn't for ordinary people like you. It's for special ones. If it's meant to be, it will happen without you doing anything. 5 waves. It tries from 5 angles. In one of them you yield. Today, now, before the next attempt to erase your name, not later. Today. And Solomon will sustain you. And before you go, think of one specific person. Not many, just one. The person whose name just came to you when I said this. The person who has been in silence, faithful, unseen, being attacked in the same way. Someone who has arrived home carrying a weight that isn't theirs. Someone who needs the same sealing you just received. Send this video to them. They are waiting for this word to arrive. Perhaps it will be your hand that delivers it. It's not your favor. It's service, and heaven sees. If you have gone through this video to the end, comment below, Amen received, and send this video to that specific person who came to your mind. It is done. What was delivered here was delivered. You are not the same person you were when you pressed play. You are deeply loved. You are never forgotten. The chair is yours, and so it is sealed. The next attempt to erase your name can wait another 10 seconds. May wisdom from above be your ground today. May your soul find rest. Until our next encounter.